Hello again, everyone, on TransByDef. This is Katie. This week's topic is funny trans-related stories. Well, I have only one. I had to sit there and rack my brain. I didn't figure it out until I met with an old friend last night who I haven't seen in quite a while. In fact, the last time I saw her was when this incident happened. This was back in mid to early September. Wasn't too long after I went full time. My friend Jen, she wanted to go up to Salisbury, and I've been really hesitant at that point to go up there because, well, that's kind of where I mostly grew up, and everybody knew me, and a lot of people I haven't come out to yet, even though I was full time. My mom still lives up there, but I would sneak up there basically, just go down the back roads, avoid town, avoid seeing anybody other than her neighbors. So, yeah. Most of my friends up there I didn't tell because I was just really scared because, well, they fit the stereotypical redneck. That's the easiest way to put it. But I have some friends that own a restaurant in Salisbury that makes brick oven pizza and all kinds of different stuff from scratch. My friend was like craving it. They also do craft beers and everything. I had given up drinking beer. I used to be a big beer snob, so yeah. Anyways, getting back to the story. She talked me into going up there. She's like, nobody's gonna recognize you. So, alright. So, I was like, alright, since you're going to be with me, I'll feel a little better about it. So, went up there one night and walked in there, and used to be when I walked in there, I was recognized by everyone. I walked in, I saw everybody I used to know. It was pretty much usual. I mean, people in the restaurant and the people behind the bar working and everything. I knew them and had known them for years. So I was sitting there a little bit scared. But we walk up to the bar to place our order, and my friend Blue, who I hadn't seen since, God, I started transitioning in February of 2012, and I hadn't seen him since maybe, at that point I hadn't seen him since maybe October 2011, so he really hasn't seen me, because at that point I really avoided going up there at any cost around any people, because I was just really scared. I get up to the bar and he's taking orders, and I give him my order, and he doesn't say anything, look at me weird or anything. And I look at him, I was like, can I talk to you for a minute? He keeps giving me weird looks, and he's like, yeah, give me a minute, let me finish with some people at the bar. Finally, he comes to the side, and he's like, what do you need, lady? I was like, you don't recognize me at all? And he's sitting there, he's like, no, should I know you? And we sat there talking for a few minutes, and he still couldn't figure it out. And I was literally just about to reach in my purse to pull out my driver's license. Because if he saw my address, I know he would figure it out. So all of a sudden, it like snapped in his head, and he just like jumped back and like was like, holy fucking shit. He's like, oh my God. He's like, I had heard that you had transitioned and everything, but he's like, damn. He's like, not damn in a bad way, but damn, you look good. And he gives me a hug and everything, and he's like, on the other note, he's like, thank God, because he's like, I thought you were some girl I slept with sister, and you were here to like kick my ass or shoot me. At that point, I lost it, and my friend Jen, she was like dying laughing. So we order our food, and evidently he goes behind the bar, and he's starts telling a few of the guys that it's me, and I could see their reactions because there's a TV above the bar, and I was watching because they had Top Gear on, and I'm a sucker for watching Top Gear. I don't care if it's reruns. And I'm watching it, and I could look down, and I'm watching their reactions. They're looking like, no, no, no way. And finally, my other friend Michael, who I hadn't even seen him in longer. He comes out, and he's like, keeps on looking around at me and everything. He gets in front. I was like, yes, Michael, it's really me. And he sits there. He's like, damn. Anybody gives you shit, I'm gonna kick their ass. And he like gives me a hug and everything, and goes back to working. And then my friend Andy, who's the manager, he finally comes in, and he walks up behind me and smacks me in the back of the head. And he's like, why the hell have you been so afraid to come in here? And I sat there, I asked him to sit down, and I explained to him why I've been so scared. Just because, well, Salisbury and Rowan County in general is an extremely conservative area. And he's like, yeah, I know, but still, he's like, you know, if anybody would start shit in my restaurant, I'd kick their fucking ass and kick them out. And he's like, you know, I'm friends with half of the police department. He's like, I wouldn't let any shit happen to you. I was like, I know, but it's something totally new, and it's a big change compared to the way I used to be. Because he was even in shock. He was trying to get me to sit there, and he's like, thinking it's a little bit like old times. Like, he was like sitting there trying to get me to try different craft beers and all these obscure beer makers and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, here, try this, sample this, and I'm like, I don't really do that anymore. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, honestly, I just did that just to fit in. I was like, don't get me wrong, I like the taste and everything, but it doesn't do anything for me anymore. I don't enjoy doing it. And some of the stuff, since starting hormones, doesn't taste the same. So, yeah. Don't get me wrong, there's a few beers I'll still drink every so often, but drinking for me is extremely, extremely, extremely rare compared to what it used to be. Used to be, I would drink, God, I'd go out drinking and I guarantee I would polish off half a keg with my friends. Now it's, I go out with some of my friends, some of my girlfriends and everything, and I might once a month have like a watermelon martini, and that's it. I don't drink. I kind of cut it out, which probably helped me with me losing a lot of weight that I have, so it works out. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of my funny trans-related story. I don't really have any others. I mean, I've had others to where people have been in shock, especially my girlfriend. Since I've been talking about working where she works, she was talking to her manager, and she had to basically out me because I'm having issues with my background checks. And her manager was like in total disbelief that I'm trans. She's like, there's no way in hell. She's like, no, I don't believe it. Basically, evidently, she didn't believe me until I went up there and I had my name change paperwork because they did get flagged for a background check issue. So, did that, and she's like, still standing there in disbelief, and it's still funny. She still like gives me these looks of, no, there's no way. It's a joke. But it is what it is, even though I sit there thinking a lot of the time I'm not passable, but oh well. But yeah, that's mainly the one that I just talked about. That was the biggest funny trans-related story out there. So, anyways, till next time, bye.